Hello everyone, and thanks for tuning back in to my build series on YouTube. This build is going to be my Stamina Sorcerer build for PvP in the new no proc meta for Cyrodiil, and this is Flames of Ambition update. So stick around, check it out. I hope that you enjoy, so stick around and check it out. This is going to be a good one.
Now this is a story all about how my life got flipped, turned upside down, and I'd like to take a minute, just sit right there. I'll tell you how I became the prince of a town called Bel Air.
Alright, so this is going to be my PvP Stam Sorc build for the Flames of Ambition patch. I really appreciate you guys checking this out. There's not a whole lot of PvP builds out there right now, but I'm going to show you one right now. I've also got a Maj Sorc build up, and I will link it in the at the end of the video. You'll be able to click on it. But anyway, so let's get into the gear. So the gear, we're going to be running Great Sword of Agility, Sharpened. The reason why is because it adds maximum stamina and then weapon damage for that. Now, there are some alternatives to this. You could run Spriggans and run that on the jewelry and weapon if you feel like you're not doing enough damage. That's a good one to run. But anyway, so this is Great Sword of Agility. On the back bar, we've got Dagger of Agility, Shield of Agility. Shield of Agility is infused, and we got the Triglyph enchantment on that. Agility does provide a really nice buff. So, and then our monster piece is going to be Velodrith for the weapon damage. One piece. We're going a maximum health enchantment. You could go stamina here if you're feeling like you don't need the health, but otherwise just run health. And then our body is going to be Hunding's Rage. We're running a heavy Hunding's Rage. We're running a heavy chest piece for this, well fitted. I may change this to Impen. It depends. Balorg, one piece we're running here, and that also adds weapon and spell damage to that, so that's great. And then for the rest of the body, it's a medium Impen, medium Impen, Hunding's Rage, and then heavy Greaves Hunding's Rage. This adds more armor, which is good. This is what we want. And then medium feet Impen. And the reason why we're running the small pieces medium and Impen is because medium armor actually doesn't have any drawbacks. You don't take extra damage versus anything. It's just the same damage you'd normally take. Heavy armor, you take more damage versus magic attacks. Light armor, you take more damage versus swords and bows and things like that. And it all makes sense when you think about it, just from a lore standpoint. Heavy armor, if a mage casts a lightning bolt at you, it's going to electrocute you. So anyway, and then we're running 2 healthy rings and neck of agility. We could substitute one of these for trainee, which we actually probably will. And then 1 ring of the trainee. Like I said, you can go ahead and switch this out for Spriggans. That's definitely doable. Yeah, that would be the other set that I would consider for this build. So anyway, we got the gear out of the way. Let's go into skills. So for skills, on the front bar, we're running on our two-handed. Dizzying Swing. Hitting an enemy that is already off balance stuns them for 2 seconds. So you set them off balance by hitting them once, and then you hit them again and it stuns them. Targets that are immune to off balance are snared by 40% for 2 seconds. So Dizzying Swing's where it's at. Very good. Then we got Dark Deal. Dark Deal restores health, stamina, and gives you some stamina over time as well. So very good, very good. You use Magicka to make that. running Executioner. This is obviously our execution. You use this on targets that are underneath 50% health. So as soon as you see him dip below 50%, bam, hit him with the Executioner. And then forward momentum. Activating this ability removes all snares and immobilizations from you and grants you immunity to them for 4 seconds. It also gives you major brutality and minor endurance. Gives you extra weapon damage and stamina recovery, so it's just a really good skill to use. And then on the front bar we run Vigor, Resolving Vigor. Heals for 23k over 4 seconds, so it's basically like 11.5k over 4 seconds, which is decent. It's a nice heal. Not quite enough sometimes, but it is nice. And then we're running Negate on the front bar, or on our two-handed bar, as a support ability when we're not doing other ultimate. So on the back bar here is our Sword and Shield. We're running Crystal Weapon, so you activate this, and then you can light attack them, and it does an additional amount of damage. It actually hits really hard. It's a good way to take down those shields that Sorcs do. So just pop your Crystal Weapon, hit them with a light attack, boom. You've done about really close to over 10k damage just with a light attack. And then Streak is so good. Can't be blocked. Costs extra magic the more times you cast it, but it stuns people for 3 seconds. So when you cast it, try to time it so you're far enough away for when you stop your streak, you're directly behind the target that you streaked at, and then you can nail them with a dizzying swing, and then just go into an executioner. Bam, they're pretty much dead. Right there. Ransack is good for the major breach, and then also minor protection. So you pop it once, and then you reduce your damage taken by 5% for 15 seconds, as well as knocking their physical and spell resistance down by 5k or 6k immediately. So it's really good. Streak, pop that, boom, go into your dizzying swing, and you can see the combos. Dark Deal again, just in case we need to cast it on our other bar, and then Hurricane for our majors. This also is a nice snare, or it was a snare. I'm not sure if it snares anymore. No, it doesn't look like it snares anymore, but that's fine. It's still a really good skill. It's a nice damage over time. I'd run it. And then we're the pack leader. Werewolf, this is for when it's time to 1vx. When you change into this ability, it makes everything scared, and then things get kind of crazy. But we're for our potions. What we're running is Essence of Immovability, and these are the ones that restore stamina and health. So it makes you immovable, and it gives you stamina and health back. Super good, really nice potion. They're pretty easy to craft too. I believe it's Columbine Mountain Flower, and then Nern Root, possibly. It's one of those. It's like one of the bottom ones. But anyway, so let's do the champion, the character screen here. Let's buff up a little bit. Oh yeah, and I'm also using the Alliance battle draughts as well, because they're pretty good. They're not bad. Now, the thing about Cyrodiil right now, from what I've been hearing, is that players are running crit builds. So definitely better to spec into more impen, which I'm going to do. I'm actually going to be making my entire set impen, just to combat all those crit builds, because those are the thing now. Everyone's running them, like Leviathan or whatever the Stam crit one is, and yeah, it's just yeah, Leviathan is a Stam one, and then Mother's Sorrow, stuff like that. They're running that stuff, and it's making it difficult for people. But so let's buff up, and I'll show you my stats. So I got 6k, 6.86 or 6,086 weapon damage, 20.5% crit, 21k resistances on each bar. I think there's more on the shield bar. Yeah, 23k resistances on the shield bar, and then on sword and shield bar we have almost 6k weapon damage as well. Our health recovery is kind of bad right now. It gets better like with my champion points. The more snares, more bad stuff that happens to me, everything starts bumping up and getting a little bit better. But yeah, so this is kind of where it's at for stats. Not bad for stats really. Let's see. So we're running 64 into stamina, no points into health, no points into magicka. Obviously we're in Cyrodiil right now, so we get a little bit of a buff. And and the food we're running is the Bewitched Sugar Skulls. Increase max health, magicka, and stamina, and also it gives you an extra bit of health recovery as well, which is so nice. And for our Mundus, we are running the Warrior Mundus. We could run the Lover Mundus. That may actually help us out a little bit, because I don't know if we need all that weapon damage. It may be penetration is what we need, but we will see. As you can see, the penetration, as you can see here, is we only have about 5k penetration. So we could be buffing that up a little bit more. That could be something that we could focus on. But you know, we could run the Lover and then put Spriggans on, and boom, we'd be really close to over probably 12k, 13k penetration. But anyway, so let's get into champion points here. I just want to show you my slottables. So what I'm slotting here on the damage tree is Deadly Aim. Increase your damage done with single target attacks by 10%. Reaving Blows. When you deal direct damage, you heal for 8% of the damage done. Wrathful Strikes. Gain 33 weapon and spell damage to your damaging abilities per stage, and that just put it up to 165 weapon and spell damage to my damaging abilities. That means like all my abilities that I'm using got buffed by whatever that, 165 weapon damage. And then Resilience grants 660 crit resistance. Now you could put Untamed Aggression in there too, which would just give you a little bit of extra weapon and spell damage. I mean, it's nice. I may tweak this, but honestly it's working pretty nice. There's a few things I would need to tweak on the build, but right now the build's sitting in a pretty good spot. Okay, so for our fitness passives, fitness is basically mitigation, things like that. Slippery. When you are affected by a disabling effect, you automatically break free for no cost. After using this effect, you become winded and cannot trigger this effect or others like it for 21 seconds. So it's a free break free. And then this one, when you break free, the cost of your next stamina ability used within 5 seconds is reduced by 11% per stage, which I brought it down to 44%. So it's really nice. And then Rejuvenation grants health, magicka, and stamina recovery per stage, and that gives me 150 each. And then Ironclad, and that grants you 1731 armor. And that's a no-brainer. You got to take that. Now, some optional ones: increase the duration of crowd control immunity by 3% per stage. So it gives you 6% on that, which for whatever I have in 29 to 50. Peace of Mind increases magicka and health recovery while under the effects of crowd control immunity by 40 per stage. So you get 200 health and magicka recovery when you're underneath the effects of crowd control. Bloody Renewal, I just got a few points into here, but restores 900 stamina whenever you kill an enemy. I figured that might be kind of cool at some point. And then Survival Instincts, while affected with status effect, your core combat skills cost 5% less per stage, and then it's 25% less. So I might actually run this instead of Rejuvenation, actually. Run Survival Instincts and then Slippery. Yeah, something like that. I don't know. It just looks so nice, dude. I love these. I love this new tree. And then So on the crafting tree, it's the same ones every time. So it's rationer. Rationer gives you 30 extra minutes on your food, and then liquid efficiency. Whenever you use a potion or poison, you have a 10% chance to not consume it. Super good. Gifted Rider increases your mount speed, and then Steed's Blessing increases your out of combat movement speed by 20%. Super nice. And then, you know, you get your Treasure Hunter and your Master Gatherer if you want those too. But that's pretty much it. And then, like, I can show you my passives too, I suppose, here. So that's a little extra health there. Hasty, we're in the fitness tree right now. Hasty, increase your movement speed when sprinting by 2%. Let's see, passives. Tumbling reduces the roll dodge cost by 240. I took a point in here for sprinter, but doesn't do anything. Defiance reduces the cost to break free. And then I think these are slottables. I think this is a slottable too. Yeah, it is. So yeah, that's pretty much my passives for the red tree. And then the blue tree, my passives, I've got 10 into quick recovery, all 40 into elemental aegis, all 40 into hardy. Preparation, I don't have any in there. And then resilience, I have a full amount in there, obviously, because I have it slotted. And then more passives over here. We got piercing up to 40. Battle mastery is up to the full amount there for 60% increased stance to inflict a martial status effect, whatever that is. I think it's hand weapons and stuff, like bleeding and stuff. We got this one. It grants hunter weapon and spell damage to martial attacks. And then, what other passives do I have here? Don't have any there. I think that was all the passives. Yeah, this one's pretty straightforward. Then crit chance, just to get to these. Just have to spend 10 to get into these ones. But and then for passives and crafting, this is where it gets a little bit interesting. So I start here. Or no, wait. I start here. Put 10 here. Take 50 into Gilded Fingers. 50 into Wanderer to get it to move along here. Then we got 50 into Breakfall. Reduces your fall damage by 35%. Soul Reservoir. When you resurrect yourself or another player, you have a 33% chance to not consume a soul gem, so that's awesome. Up here we had Steadfast. Weapon enchants decay 20% slower per stage, so that's at 100% less. And then we have these slottables. That's also a slottable. And yeah, that's pretty much it for the passives. So that's pretty much the champion tree. I mean, it's pretty simple, really. I mean, the thing about the champion tree that I found is that it's more complicated for PvE DPS than it is for PvP DPS. It's actually a little bit easier for PvP. Now, an alternative to this, what I'm running here for food, is you could run Dubious Cameron Throne. And basically what that does, just brings your health down a little bit, but it gives you a whole heck of a lot more stamina recovery. So you're sitting at, you know, almost 1200 stamina recovery just because you took that. Your weapon damage stays the same though. Everything stays the same. Physical pen. I gotta get that up. I'll probably tweak this build around a little bit just to get more penetration, but yeah, that's pretty much what I'm running right now. And to be honest, I'm doing a lot of damage. So feel free to copy this build if you want. Definitely use it. See if it works for you. If it doesn't, it doesn't. But let me know either way in the comments below. And if you like the video, go ahead and leave a like. And yeah, I hope that you take care and have a good rest of your week and enjoy the no proc patch, because it's gonna really showcase people's skill. All right, take care. Bye bye.
Now this is a story all about how my life got flipped, turned upside down, and I'd like to take a minute, just sit right there. I'll tell you how I became the prince of a town called Bel Air.